Hey everybody, welcome back to my swing trading channel. We're going to talk about some supply and demand zones that we're going to keep an eye on and watch this week. See if they can come back down to those zones and take a swing trade on them. Let's first look at Tesla. Just kind of keep an eye on that. We've been talking about this the last few videos, and Tesla is looking really good, looking like it wants to go up to its all-time highs again. If we back this out a little bit, you can see right up in this area here the all-time highs. If you look back at my recent videos, you can see where I talked about we were going to hit some speed bumps right in this area here, and that was pretty easy to find here, this 420 area, and then also hitting a little speed bump around this 440 area. And you can see we're kind of bumping around here a little bit, and it looks like it wants to set up another zone. So if we can get a nice green candle here, or like 2 green candles over the next 2 days, this is the daily chart here on the left, the hourly chart on the right. If we can get 1 or 2 big green candles here, then we are setting up a zone. We'll be setting up a demand zone right there on the daily chart. So we would wait for this to, for Tesla, we would wait for this to go up something like this, and then we would wait until this thing, so we get a big green candle there, and then we'd wait until this thing pulls back, down in this area here, and then try to ride it, back up all the way up here, test these all-time highs. But that's what we're looking at for Tesla. So Tesla is looking pretty good. So I have long-term shares in this, but we'll see if we can get a swing trade on it later on. But let's talk about some zones that we're watching. Let's look at PLTR. So again, PLTR, the daily is on the left, the hourly is on the right, and you can see we are trending up right here. And if we blow this up here, you can see that we have a zone. Well, we have a big green candle here, big green candle here, and right here where they overlap, right in this area right there, you see we're looking for a zone. So now we're going to go down to the hourly chart, and you see big green candle. So we have a rally we're basing here, and then we see another rally up here. So we're waiting to see if this can trickle back down to this zone here. Enter in right around this purple line here, and the stop loss will be a little bit under this bottom purple line. You got to kind of adjust that when it comes back for slippage and all that kind of stuff. And then the next one is OKLO. So again, we look for the trend up here on the daily, and we have an area right in here where we might have a zone. So we go over here to the hourly chart, and you see there is our zone right in there. So I like this big green explosion candle right here out of the zone. So we want to see if this can trickle back down here right into this area and take off. Now, OKLO, if this happens to bust through this zone, go back here to the daily, and we do have another zone. Let me get rid of this. We do have a zone right here on the daily chart. So we could wait for this to come back here, and then you would draw your zone somewhere around here. Again, adjusting your lines. Getting in at this top line, and then your stop loss will be down here. These lines here, 1-to-1, the red line is 2-to-1, and the purple line is 3-to-1. I've been doing a 2-to-1 reward risk ratio. So that's what we're looking at on OKLO. Let's go here to BROS. BROS, we have a big red candle here, so we have a drop we're basing here, and then another drop, nice explosion candle here, another big red candle here. The problem with this one is we are running into this area right here. So is this going to bounce and go back up, and then we have like this sideways trend here in this range? But again, I do 2-to-1, so I kind of like where this might trickle back up into this zone here. This would be your supply zone here. If it comes back up here, it goes back down here to 2-to-1. I can even trail it down to 2-to-1 in case it goes 1-to-1, and then once it reverse and go back up. But at least we're looking for this zone right in that area. The next one, KTOS. Again, we are trending up on the daily, and then we see that we have a zone right in this area here on the daily. But if you go over here to the hourly chart, this one you might want to do like a confirmation, because there's not really a big explosion candle out of this zone right here. I mean, that one's nice, but has the top wick on it. Then we have these real choppy candles here. So maybe like do a candle over candle confirmation trade back over here on the daily. I don't know if I would do it on the hourly, too many candles in that zone. And then CAT, we look for our trend up, and big explosion candle right here. I like these little candles right here on the daily. So if we go over here to our hourly chart, we have our zone right in this area. You see we have our rally. We gapped up here, and then we start basing, and then the bull stepped in. Big explosion candle, and let's see if that can come back down to our zone. PLTU trending up, and we're looking to go back up here towards this this all-time high right in this area. So big green candle, big green candle. So we look in here to see if we can find a zone. Drop down here to our hourly, explosion candle, rally, base, and then we rally back up. So impulse, correction, impulse, which is what you're always looking for. Your 1, 2, 3, and we're going to see if this can trickle back down here into our zone. The next one, LSCC. So this one, let me back out on this. This one we're trending up. We have like a rally, a base, and then a rally back up. And then we broke our structure right here, broke that structure. So this was looking good. So I went down to the hourly and found a zone right in here. Let me blow that up. You see we have our rally, our base candle here, and one candle, which is good. And then back up. So I did like that zone, but you can see what happened here. We started to come back, and this is pretty strong. The bull stepped in actually before it got back down to the zone, and really the top of this zone is right there. That's about the top of this zone. So you see we came down almost to that zone right here. So the zone held up. It just didn't make it back down there. It was too strong. Then you see we kind of got a gap up right in here. Have a top wick and bottom wick, but that's still kind of like a gap in there. We opened up there, gapping up. So missed this one on the zone, but you see how that demand zone held up. The next one, BLDR. This one will be a supply zone. Big drop here, so we have a drop. We're basing here, and then a little bit of a drop here. This is not the best of a zone, but we're going to keep an eye on it. This maybe be a confirmation trade with on the daily chart. So confirmation trade on the daily chart, but still not great. This big red candle here, that's kind of what you want to see out of here. So we'll keep an eye on it and see, but not my favorite one. And then SJM. SJM, this one is another one where we found our zone right in here. We have a big green candle here on the daily. Went over here to the hourly chart, and we blow this up, so we find our zone right in here. And this one, probably not going to do this one. Maybe a confirmation if we get a bottom wick candle down here, like a big bottom wick. Maybe something, where's it? Right there. I would say maybe like it's going to have to be a big bottom wick, maybe something like that. Of course, up here in the zone, but I'm going to need to see a big bottom wick and then a candle over candle, because see that wick right there? The buyer stepped in. I don't know if this came down, and we might not have any more buying orders set at this zone, so be really careful on that one. But anyway, those are the stocks that we're watching for this week. I'll have some more zones as they come about this week. I'm always checking every day. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and leave any comments down below, and I will see you on the next video.